Hello. I don't have any videos planned right now, so I figured I'd just do another live commentary thing. Tell you guys a bit of a story about something that happened in my life, quite recent. Just to quickly breeze over it, it is again tied to the whole losing my job to AI thing. However, we won't be talking about that in this video. Today's topic is just related from that. It stemmed from that, essentially. So, when I made that video about losing my job, initially it was tons of YouTube growth. As we saw, the video went from a couple thousand to 800,000 views in, I think, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. It's at almost 1 million now. I believe it's about to touch 900k. And when it was sitting around 800k, news networks started reaching out to me. Both publishers online, reporters online to do articles, radio, and television. I believe I briefly mentioned this in a previous video, but didn't go into too much detail. So basically, long story short, after that video gained traction, ITV News over here in the UK, more specifically the channel Good Morning Britain, reached out. A reporter from there reached out to get more information from me about the whole event, my story, asking for more details as to what I did at that job on a day-to-day basis, what the company specifically told me when I was laid off, how long I had worked there, if I saw it coming and things like that, if there was any signs of redundancies happening, and then asking more about the backstory, like how I ended up working there, where I worked before, what I did at college, just kind of my background really, and what led to me tackling graphic design as a profession, and going into the creative industry. And then they were also asking things like, how has it impacted me? Has anybody else reached out to me? Whether it be reporters or whether it be people in a similar situation. And communication with ITV went on for quite a while. I want to say maybe 2 months. There was back and forth across email and phone calls with them. And it got to the stage where I'd told them basically all the information they could possibly ask for. And they were saying next step is for us to conduct a survey to see what people's thoughts are on AI, and then 2 would be bring you down to ITV studios in London and get you on national television, and do a bit of a segment where we break down our survey and then bring you on after to sort of tell your story and tie it all together. And it just never happened. This was now in December of last year, so we're talking 3 months ago now, and yeah, sadly nothing ever happened. Suspiciously, communication with ITV stopped after I started my new role, and there was no more huge, no more drama, no more sob story about potentially losing my house and having no money, etc. When my life took a turn for the better, it seems like the news networks disappeared. Typical. So yeah, that could have been pretty cool. I would have done it, granted it was a terrible time in my life, but I would have gone on TV and done it anyway, because one, that's a massive platform for me to announce that I'd been laid off and was looking for work, and millions of people would have seen that on television and gone, oh, well, maybe we'll hire this guy. It's essentially a huge CV, a huge resume for me, isn't it? It's just a way for me to broadcast that I'm looking for work. And 2, it would have been a good way to promote the YouTube channel, because I'm sure in return for me going on TV, they would have said, we'll mention the channel, we'll mention how this whole scenario now, came to be, and how you've ended up on TV, etc. So it would have been something that I could have used to maybe, platform the YouTube channel and shout out my videos and things to potentially millions of eyeballs and ears. But yeah, it never happened. Other publications that reached out and things would be such as the Washington Post, the New York Times, Yahoo reached out. Who else? The Guardian, who I'm still in contact with, a reporter from The Guardian, and I believe they are going to do an article. So no video, no audio, nothing like that. Just a written article about the story from start to finish. So from the day I lost my job to kind of now and where I am with my new role. And then more recently, BBC News, more specifically the radio portion, so BBC Radio also reached out. So maybe I'll do something with them, who knows, I've yet to decide. But it would be kind of funny if my co-workers were driving to work one morning, they turn on BBC Radio. I don't know if they listen to BBC Radio, but if they do, and I was on there, would be kind of funny. So maybe. And yeah, just thought I'd tell you all that happened. I believe I briefly mentioned it before, but didn't go into too much detail. But yeah, so a bunch of them just dropped off the face of the earth. There were more that I've forgotten. I think I've forgotten 2 or 3. But currently in contact with the Guardian reporter only. And I'm like 99% confident that is going to come out, because I've had 3 calls with her, and I've had multiple emails, and they should be sending out a photographer to get my photo for the article in the coming weeks. So that all seems like it's going to happen, which will be kind of cool. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Just thought I'd do a video about this and let you all know that this weird series of events happened. It's crazy the amount of people that could have known about the story. I mean, when you think about it, like my video has almost 900k views. I believe Asmongold's video has around the same, so that's 1.8 million people. Atrioc did a video that I haven't looked at in a while, but I believe had about 250k. So that's 2 million people total. It did the rounds on Reddit, it did the rounds on LinkedIn, it did the rounds on Facebook, on Twitter. It's safe to say that somewhere in the region between 2.5 and 3 million people probably heard about that story, that event in my life. But that 3 million people is also the average amount of people that watch Good Morning Britain, ITV News, every morning. So the amount of people that would have known about me would have doubled purely from going on TV and doing that if it actually came to fruition, but sadly it hasn't. I'm not sure how much views an article by Yahoo would have got, but I believe somewhere in the region of 1 to 1.3 million go on there still every month. Not sure how much an article by The Guardian would get, but maybe it's a few 100,000 to 1 million, so hopefully that does get some traction. And then who knows, BBC Radio, if I do that, could be tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people as well. So with a bit of push, and me still talking about that story, who knows, my video might break 1 million views after a few more people trickle in, which could be kind of cool. Like that's, it's not a goal. I'm not actively trying to push that video to get 1 million. I think it will naturally reach there after like a few more months, or maybe, half a year or something anyway, because it's still gaining like thousands of views every day, or maybe every couple days now. But it would be kind of cool to like have a video on my channel that has 1 million plus views. So yeah, that's basically it. Just wanted to tell you all that is something that happened. So yeah. Alright, if you've watched this video and you have never seen, the video that blew up my channel, the whole AI job loss thing, you're going to be so confused watching this video. But yeah, I've spoke about it enough. There should be like 98% of my audience that know what I'm talking about here. So yeah, I also don't want to do too many videos about this. I know that I did mention it in a previous video, like 4 or 5 days ago. So yeah, this was more focusing on the the publications and the news networks, the TV networks and things reaching out to me. So yeah, we'll see what happens with The Guardian. We'll see if I decide to bite the bullet with BBC Radio. And yeah, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you found it somewhat interesting. And I'll see you in whatever the next video is. Honestly, I have no idea right now. I want to play new games, but then I feel like they belong on the second channel where I do playthroughs. I want to do more YouTube shorts relating to my job. The YouTube short I did where I showed off the ad that I made for the company I work for did really well, has like 12,000 views. But I also don't want to post too much about my job on the channel because I'm not sure how they feel about it. We'll see. But, you know, I work at a company that makes PCs and laptops. That is becoming a big part of my life, and I kind of want to blend that into the channel a bit. I want to talk about things, for example, like the new 50 series releases, maybe do a video of me building a PC at some point on the channel, you know, maybe try and do some funny YouTube shorts that are tech related, things like that, because it is just, you know, it's 8 hours of my day every day, so I want to try and maybe blend a bit of that into the channel somehow. We'll see what ideas I come up with. Who knows? Next video might just be another Sonic fan game because I really like them. We'll see. Alright, goodbye.